Thank you.
See you.
Now coming up next for the next session is a NEDEX special session. So please welcome to the stage the Director of Broker Network, Mr. Sumesh Mishra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having us here, the Broker Network team, and thank you, NEDEX, and many congratulations, GenX, for putting up such a fantastic show today. So, the topic that I'm going to cover today is the emerging opportunities via Proptech. The key buzzword today over the last few years or over the last decade has been Proptech and the use of Proptech to better our numbers, to improve our performances, and to make our lives frictionless. So I'll try to capture or summarize a lot of things that you have been hearing over the last one decade, and then probably we can quickly showcase on what we are doing towards improving improving the friction that we see in our daily lives while we are trying to improve our systems. So friends, what is Proptech? Proptech is basically trying to use technology in real estate and trying to improve the buying, selling, and trading of real estate assets. Now, if you try to see why real estate has taken a lot of time, because mostly all the industries have adopted tech a long while back. But real estate industry started utilizing or investing in technology at a very later stage. And even today, investment in real estate is one of the most difficult investment that a company has to take in terms of its decision making. You have to answer your previous generation, your board in terms of why you are investing so much money in the real estate sector. The one question that every one of us should answer is only one: is our system frictionless? Is the buyer experience with us frictionless? Our industry faces the biggest issue, and which is the life cycle of our project, right from acquisition of a land to selling the apartments to maintaining the loyalty of the customer base. That entire process is a life cycle of 6 to 8 years. Now, look at from the customer's point of view. In India, typically, a customer or a home buyer buys only one property or maximum 2 properties in his entire lifetime. Now just imagine such a high value transaction for a customer. Right from his entering to your site and closing the transaction and waiting for his apartment for 3 to 6 years. The kind of pluses, minuses, the pain and the kind of experience that he goes through, have we been able to make that frictionless? So all these modules, if you realize, and most of the modules have already been used and you guys are using probably in your daily lives while running your companies. But if we have to just summarize this, this is where we are. So right now, if you see the kind of technologies that we have to use to make this experience frictionless is, we have about 20 to 25 various modules, right from starting with your real tech, starting with your legal tech, sustainable energy, sustainable technology, construction technology, using digital marketing, social media in your daily life for your sales and marketing, and improving the experience for your customers. The latest buzzword which got added to real estate or real tech is fintech, which is again helping for the home loan or the disbursements for your clients to make that process again hassle-free and very quick. And I'll just take you the examples and give you the examples, global examples on how industry has been or what global players have been following. Now, if you see why Proptech and why we should invest in Proptech, a few numbers. India has 50 crore smartphone users. The internet penetration in India is almost 45%. The age group which is the user of internet in India, 71% of that age group is between 21 years and 49 years. So that age group has to be catered to in a digital manner. And their experience has to be truly digital. Only then he will go through that experience in a fantastic way, and he will keep coming to you and maintain that loyalty base for you. How the real estate tech has evolved over the last 3 decades. If you see how we used to work in the late 90s and early 20s, most of our marketing activities used to be ATL activities. We used to do hoardings, newspaper ads, word of mouth. I think only 5 to 10% sales used to happen through brokers. And we used to try to save that cost. Come to 2005 to 2015, when our industry started getting organized, larger players like DLF and some other national players started to get listed. That is where we started seeing a change in terms of investments in other initiatives as well. That is where we started seeing CRM, investment into CRM software, investment into SaaS. Digital marketing started gaining traction, and it is still evolving. Cut to 2015-16 onwards, you really started seeing, we all started seeing a lot of sea change in the use of tech in our day-to-day businesses. With pandemic, I think most of us realized that without tech, selling will be becoming more and more difficult. And the more you adapt tech and the more experience and the quality experience that you start bringing in your technology that you use in your daily life, it will make the experience better for your customer. So if you now see the trend in 2022, which are the key platforms or which are the key tech components or tech modules which are helping us in improving our processes? I think today almost everybody is using AI and machine learning for their digital marketing and social media. Almost everybody knows that today there is only one customer which every 6 or 7 developers are trying to eye for closing a deal. So obviously your investment into generating a quality profile and quality lead, that is going higher and higher. So that is your AI plus machine-based learning. The second aspect which everybody saw has yielded result for us is virtual reality. I think pandemic was the biggest addition or biggest proof, and almost all the developers sold their maximum apartments or maximum sales. They clocked their maximum sales during pandemic, and virtual reality played the most important role in achieving that. Then we come to Internet of Things. This is again catching traction. Now, Internet of Things is a combination of your devices and network that you try and embed and make life easier. The biggest example is home automation. I think more and more we are seeing people adapting and the new generation wanting their home to be automated and make it safer for their kids and to have a better life. Similarly, property management for developers, we are putting it on more and more on the IoT basis platform, which will help in maintaining the property, identifying the loopholes or identifying collection of rentals, payment of rentals. Everything is covered under this IoT. Then we come to big data and digitalization, therefore. The problem or the largest company in the world today who is actually been able to utilize big data is Zillow. They call it iBuild and iBuyers. So under iBuyers, normally what happens is the kind of data that they capture and they analyze through AI is that is an exchange of property there in US by Zillow, where they place a price on the property which is being sold, and they help the customer to fetch a right price and reduce his buying time. So normally when you go for a sale of your existing flat, for example, if you own a 2-bedroom hall kitchen, you will take maybe 30 days to 90 days to sell off that apartment. What Zillow does is obviously it gives you a right price, or it gives you a comparison of the big data of properties in and around their existing apartments, tries to close the sale immediately and gets you an apartment in exchange. So that transaction, that TAT, is reduced to less than 15 to 30 days. Many players in India have tried this and are still trying this. I think probably we are in a nascent stage, but this is one big tech innovation which we see going forward. Drones, I think in real estate, the biggest feature is location, location, location. Nothing can be displayed or showcased better than the real video shoot of a location without the drones. And with the government push on the drones, we see that the kind of impetus which everybody is putting on getting this technology, I think this will gain more and more traction. Sustainable technology, almost 40% of 40% of consumable energy is being deployed or is being used by real estate industry. So we see that going forward, more and more investment will happen in sustaining technology, and then close to 4 billion is going into construction technology. So most of the developers are trying to go for 3D mapping, remodeling, in digitizing their land records, digitalizing their customer track records. So that is the next impetus that we see going forward. Last but not the least, the biggest buzzword these days is blockchain, which is digital registration. So globally, I think most of the countries have achieved far-fetched results here. But in India, I think we are lacking. Globally, capturing the data right from purchase of land to the chain or the chain of title documents, that is something which we have not seen in India. That if we are able to adopt this, it will help us in a better way to adopt the technology as well as adding the tokenization. We have been hearing a lot about REITs. Even the younger generation, they have started investing in REITs. We have also been hearing about fractional ownership, which is gaining momentum. But unless we bring the entire end-to-end solution on blockchain, we will not be able to achieve greater results. Just to give you an example, how the blockchain technology works globally. So entire property buying and selling is captured on tech. And then if someone wants to adopt this, he can access easily through data and the data security, data encryption, everything is managed pretty well under this blockchain. Even the lease agreements, everything is properly captured on the blockchain, and that is the reason banks are more comfortable in giving home loans as well. In India, the biggest problem which we face in fintech, or why banks have not been able to reduce the time frame of giving loans, is purely because of absence of proper blockchain technology. Just to give you an example on how home loan companies are working globally, right from getting a pre-approval of home loan to the disbursements, every data is available from the government agencies and everything is available on tech. But in India, if you see the average time frame of giving a loan, that time frame ranges from 15 days to 30 days. Banks are not comfortable because they don't have online registrations. And if there are online registrations in few states, they don't have a policy of creating e-mortgages. So till the time e-mortgages are not created, we will not see that TAT coming down. Similarly, initial down payment, credit analysis, everything, every track record is maintained. Once that is achieved, and that is what we as a company are trying to do, if that is achieved, the home loan TAT, which is the most important cash flow even for the developers, that time frame will be reduced from 15 days to maybe 2 to 3 working days. Now quickly, since we are a new company, we are just a 10-month-old company, I will just spend 2 minutes on giving you a brief on what we are doing at Broker Network or 4B Networks. The company is called 4B Networks, which is buyer, broker, builder, banks. And we are trying to set up an ecosystem for all the 4 components of real estate. We are already backed by InfoEdge, and we are trying to solve the problems of right from sourcing to managing your agents, your channel partners, to meeting your the home loan needs of your customers. So that is an end-to-end module we are trying to create. Right now we have just 2 modules in picture, which is outsourcing of your site visits and the home loan piece. What have we achieved in the last 9 months? We have done and this is only Bombay and Pune data. We have been able to do about 2 lakh site visits till date. And we have been able to do about 225 site visits. And in terms of home loans, in the last 4 months, we have disbursed about 2,100 crores. In fact, this month, we are disbursing about 1,000 crore for the June numbers. So in a short period of time, just using technology end-to-end, we have been able to achieve bigger numbers. And we believe that as an industry, in terms of solving your problems, we'll be able to redefine a lot of things and bring more and more innovation to serve you better. There's one more feature that we introduced for the brokers or the channel partner community, which is 24 Hours Brokerage, where we are being brokerage within 24 hours. And just 3 months test pilot, we have done about tie-ups with about 45 developers and helped about 2,000 brokers to get their brokerages on time. So a lot of fintech-based innovation, a lot of real estate, Proptech-based innovations in the play. And hopefully a lot of suggestions coming from the industry side, we should be able to do more and more better work in future. So I think I would thank all of you for your time, and if there is anything that I can answer, that'll be great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Can I request Mr. Amit Havre to join us on stage and present a token of appreciation to Mr. Sumesh Mishra?